the- as we're now going to be, over $1 trillion in interest expense a year, I just think that governments can't afford to keep paying all of this interest. And what people will say is, well, the bond market's going to decide that. Nobody can boss around the bond market. And I just don't believe that's true. I think when push comes to shove, governments can boss around the bond market. It's got to be a situation where governments have their backs truly against the wall. And I think, ironically, where people say, well, there's all this debt, that's what's going to cause the bond market to explode. I think there's all this debt, what's going to cause governments to step in and take a greater kind of control over monetary policy, whether that's closer connections between the Federal Reserve and Treasury in the United States, whether that's going to be, different changes in the way the Euro system works, because I think there's some big kind of fundamental problems with that system, and the deficit to GDP caps that are there, and the fact that individual countries can't, print money based on their own needs. So I think there's going to be some turmoil, in Europe around how do we handle this situation.